For years, the relationship between Prince Harry and the rest of the royal family has been defined by distance, disappointment, and public conflict. That is why what happened this past Friday has captured so much attention. It was not a grand royal ceremony. There were no official photographs, no press conference, and no carefully staged family portrait. Yet many royal observers believe it may have been one of the most significant family moments in years. What made the event even more noticeable was who was not there. Prince Harry attended, Meghan Markle attended, Archie and Lilibet attended. King Charles welcomed them into Highgrove, his private Gloucestershire residence, but Prince William was nowhere to be seen. For many people following the royal family, that absence spoke louder than any statement that could have been released. To understand why this private gathering has become such a major talking point, you have to remember how deeply fractured these relationships have become. The wounds did not appear overnight. They were built over years of public accusations, emotional interviews, and deeply personal revelations. The world watched as Harry and Meghan sat down with Oprah Winfrey and made allegations that sent shockwaves through the monarchy. Millions then tuned in to their Netflix documentary series, where more family tensions were exposed. Later came Harry's memoir, Spare, which included deeply personal accounts of disagreements within the family, including claims about a physical altercation with his brother William. Since then, there has been very little visible progress toward reconciliation. Years passed with minimal contact, carefully worded statements, and almost no meaningful signs that the family was moving closer together. Against that backdrop, a private family reunion is not a minor event. It is a development that few people expected to see. Buckingham Palace described the gathering using only 4 words: a private family occasion. Those 4 words may sound simple, but they carried enormous weight. No photographers were invited inside, no images were released afterward, yet the significance of the occasion was obvious. For the first time in years, King Charles reportedly spent time with Archie and Lilibet in person. These are grandchildren he has largely watched grow up from a distance. Archie is now 7 years old, Lilibet is 5. Entire chapters of their childhood have passed without regular face-to-face interaction with their grandfather. That reality becomes even more emotional when viewed through the lens of King Charles' ongoing cancer treatment. While the palace has maintained a positive tone regarding his health, the reality is that every family moment carries greater meaning during such a challenging period. According to multiple reports, Charles had been working behind the scenes for months to make this reunion happen. Sources suggest he adjusted his schedule, made accommodations, and personally encouraged efforts to bring the family together. For many observers, that demonstrates a father determined to repair a damaged relationship before more time slips away. But while Charles appeared focused on reconciliation, reports indicate Prince William remains far more cautious. Insiders have suggested that William's frustration has not faded over time. In fact, some reports claim it has only grown stronger. From his perspective, trust was broken publicly and repeatedly. Repairing that damage may require much more than a single family dinner. This is where the story becomes especially complicated. William is not simply a brother, he is also the future king. Every decision he makes is viewed not only through a personal lens, but through an institutional one. While Charles may be prioritizing family healing, William may be thinking about the long-term stability and future of the monarchy itself. That creates a difficult balancing act. On the same afternoon that Harry and his family were quietly visiting Highgrove, William was attending a public charity polo event alongside Princess Catherine. Cameras followed every moment. Photographs circulated across media outlets. The contrast could not have been more striking. On one side of the country, a private family reunion was taking place behind closed doors. On the other, the future king was carrying out public royal duties in full view of the world. Neither brother directly addressed the other, but the difference in approach created a powerful visual narrative. Many people are now asking the same question: why now? Why did this reunion happen after years of failed attempts and ongoing disagreements? Some believe the answer is simple. A father wanted to see his son and grandchildren. A son wanted to reconnect with his father. Family bonds, despite everything, remained stronger than the conflict. Others see a more strategic dimension. Harry's visit to Britain coincided with engagements connected to the Invictus Games, a project that continues to earn widespread respect. The timing also followed a difficult legal defeat in one of his court battles. Critics argue that the reunion conveniently arrived during a period when public attention around Harry needed a more positive storyline. The truth may lie somewhere in the middle. Family relationships are rarely simple. Emotions, public perception, personal history, and practical realities often become intertwined. What cannot be denied is that this reunion almost did not happen. Reports suggest there were ongoing discussions and uncertainties until the final days before the visit. At various points, the plans reportedly appeared unlikely to move forward. Yet somehow they did. That alone suggests there were people on both sides who genuinely wanted this meeting to take place. Another fascinating detail involves where Harry and his family are believed to have stayed during the trip. Reports suggest they spent time at Althorpe, the childhood home and final resting place of Harry's mother, Princess Diana. For Harry, that location carries profound emotional significance. It is a place tied to memory, loss, and identity. Bringing his own children, there may have been his way of connecting them to the grandmother they never had the chance to know. Whether viewed as symbolism, sentiment, or both, the choice adds another emotional layer to an already remarkable week. As for William, the situation remains uncertain. Sources close to the royal family continue to suggest that while he remains deeply hurt by past events, he has never stopped caring about Harry's well-being. That distinction is important. There is a difference between losing affection for someone and losing trust in them. Many believe William's actions reflect the second reality rather than the first. Trust, once broken, is often much harder to rebuild than love. And that may be the central challenge facing this family today. The reunion at Highgrove did not solve years of conflict. It did not erase painful memories, public accusations, or deep emotional scars, but it may have achieved something equally important. It reopened a door that many believed had been permanently closed. Whether that door leads to genuine reconciliation or merely a temporary pause in tensions remains to be seen. But for one afternoon in Gloucestershire, a father, a son, and two grandchildren sat together under the same roof. After years of separation, that alone may be one of the most significant royal developments the public has witnessed in a very long time.